What TV trope was common in the not-so-distant past but is completely unacceptable today? Misunderstandings that can now be cleared up by a text or cell phone call. Entire episodes used to be built around people not be able to communicate with each other and just having to figure stuff out. Running through the airport to confess one's love for the protagonist Home Alone premises. These wouldn't happen today with current security measures. Not really TV trope, but slapping women that were supposedly having a panic attack was almost a trope in westerns and noir movies. I have doubts that a clip show episode would do well these days. These used to be made to pad out your episodes without a big budget cost. But shows are increasingly getting written and budgeted around how many episodes the story needs, and not how many they need to fill every time slot that season. Very special episodes, where characters meet life-altering situations, drug addictions, teen pregnancy, gun violence, and then are back to being carefree the next episode. People walking around with amnesia. Every freaking show, someone hit their head and had amnesia and there was nothing anyone could do about it. Like, hello, brain injury? Stalking a woman long enough and constantly will eventually make her fall for you. Spying on naked women or women changing clothes as an innocent boy-teen rite of passage. Game show hosts kissing female contestants on the lips. Jokes about spousal abuse. Suicide used to be a common joke, especially in cartoons. If you wanted to show a character was sad, they would pull out a gun and put it to their head. Daffy Duck did this all the time and it was normal. Comedic town drunk. Think Otis from the Andy Griffith Show. Romanticizing teachers dating their students. Sex pests. Mind if I smoke? In places where people would instantly object today. Like cars, airplanes, spaceships, the baby's nursery, etc. Quicksand, rattlesnakes and grappling hooks. People living in NYC and LA that never lock the front door. Fixing the tomgirl who likes to wear boys' clothes, no makeup, and do boy things. There's an Andy Griffith Show episode that would be considered an over-the-top parody if it came out now. Edit tie to Ultima for pointing out I meant tomboy. I gotta say, I went back and watched some episodes of A-Team. And those scenes of Hannibal disguising himself as a Chinese laundromat operator made me choke on my drink. There's an episode of I Love Lucy where slipping Lucy a roofie is a plot device. Gay panic. I love Friends, but how often the joke was at any of the guys doing anything feminine. Overweight. Lazy husband with a smoking hot, nagging wife. Add in one rebellious teen and one nerdy kid and boom. The family sitcom recipe. The flamboyant gay character where their sexuality is either intended for the audience to laugh and make fun of if becomes a joke with other characters. Not to a serious one, but I don't watch much TV, but are they still making light of head injuries and its selective amnesia properties? I swear Lex Luthor in Smallville should have a brain the consistency of watered-down pudding by the end of the series. Love spells potions being a light-hearted bit of hijinks as opposed to attempted rape. One of these days. One of these days. Pow right in the kisser and bang. Zoom you're going to the moon. Alice the Honeymooners. Smoking. That a man can support his wife and 2 children in a suburban home as a shoe salesman. The gay man. You knew he was gay because he was wearing a neckerchief and cracking the only jokes worth a damn. The running joke in sitcoms that every average American man hates their wife and is always complaining about her nagging and just wants to hang with the boys and dreams about the single life or having more freedom, but he's a dad now. I think too many are sick of seeing that. It wasn't really funny in the first place. And now society is trying to push many to see marriage as the ultimate goal anyway and vilifies people for wanting to be single. Men being complete morons that can't even iron a shirt without ruining it. The absolute horror of a male character seeing another male character in any form of undress. Hey best friend who I have known for decades and grown up with and discuss sexy sex stuff with. I think I have a nasty rash on my bottom. Could you have a look? Oh God, no. No. What am I a gay? What will the non-existent women think if they ever found out I saw your butt cheek? For the love of everything. Put it away. Here. I will help you up. Step in my hand as I hoist you. No. Because my fully clothed dick will be near your face. Etc. The incel stalker nerd a la Urkel and Screech. The contentious wife-husband trope like Alan Peg Bundy. Leggy blondes on game shows. That Bill Cosby was nice. The gay best friend always male who we never see dating or doing anything else but living for the female lead. I do like when SATC broke this when Stanford got a hot boyfriend. Or the time he cussed Carrie out for always talking about herself and never asking about his life. Black women, if they were even casted, were usually relegated to obscure roles like maids. One of the first TV shows with a prominent black woman was Star Trek, which featured Nichelle Nichols' Uhura as a bridge officer. It is said that Nichelle Nichols' performance inspired Whoopi Goldberg to pursue acting. So it is quite fitting that Goldberg landed a recurring role Guinan in Star Trek The Next Generation. Adults sleeping with underage folks, teenagers. See Desperate Housewives. Kidnapping a woman in order to marry her. This was a staple of children's cartoons. A woman resisting a kiss at first, then accepting it after the guy kept kissing. Idiot dad trope. In TV there used to be two kinds of dads. Stern patriarch and bumbling fool a la Homer Simpson. Black dude dies first. It's basically never done nowadays and the trope is almost always pointed out. If there's even the possibility of it happening. Blackface, Jim Crow, and mammy caricatures. Tom Jerry really got a lot of mileage out of them. Getting a woman drunk to more easily have sex with her. You can still it from time to time, but it's usually called out. Fat jokes. We're re-watching Home Improvement from the 90s and there were so many fat jokes. No way those would fly today. The underage played by an adult actress, neighbor daughter's classmate wearing skimpy outfits. We recently started re-watching Will Grace. And it's crazy how often the joke is Will is gay. And here's clever wordplay about him being gay. Wasn't there an episode of Alf where he took a bath with a toaster and at the end of the show they had to do a PSA on not doing that? A man dressing up for some plot reason, being mistaken for a woman by other men and hit on, assaulted, and it is supposed to be funny. Oftentimes these scenes were cut in a way that made the viewer think something happened even though the protagonist was clearly portrayed as being extremely uncomfortable in the situation. There's an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry ogles his boss's daughter and talks about how it's impossible to not look because she's so hot. Then it turns out she's only 16. And the rest of the episode is Jerry continuing to justify ogling a minor. WTF. Shows like The Little Rascals where the boys have cap guns, slingshots, BB guns, various weapons. Probably wouldn't fly as much in any kids show nowadays.